Hey, good morning. It's your girl Latoya Abraham. Look, I want to share a story. As I'm doing my morning routine. Oh, that sun is we gonna be fighting. As I'm doing my morning routine, I was inspired to talk about what I'm about to talk about. So I am originally from Indianapolis, Indiana. I am a Midwest girl, but 11 years ago I moved to Atlanta, Georgia. I was a widow mom, had 6 children, and I was just looking for a fresh start in life. Okay, I knew that Atlanta was like the city of dreams. And how I decided to move here, I had a relative who had moved from my hometown, got married. She had 3 kids from previous relationships, and she was doing pretty well. And so she knew about my story. I was a widow, 6 children, only 3 biological. The other 3 were inherited to me from my 2 belated sisters. I had got their children. And so she was like, cuz I want to help you. She was like, I know you don't have a lot of help out here. She's like, me and my husband got this big house. At the bottom of our house, there's a full 1-bedroom apartment. You can have that until you get on your feet. And I'm like, oh no, I'm independent. I was like, I would like to come to visit so I can find a house to see if that's where I really want to, live. And so long story short, did that, fell in love instantly. I was kind of scared, okay, but fell in love instantly. And some months later, I ended up getting my own property. I knew I wasn't gonna stay with her because I just don't have that in my spirit. So I'll end up getting my own rental property, which was a 4-bedroom house, beautiful house. And so life is going good. Now I did lose one of my kids, which was my nephew son. I say nephew son because I did adopt my sister's kids. But it was a city of dreams, and it just, like, a lot of things was changing for me. So I started getting into acting, meeting people that is in the entertainment industry. It was just different. It gave me a different, look on life, and I loved it. So anyway, going back, I was in high school. I was an assistant at the high school library, and we used to get these magazines all the time. And so I remember this particular magazine that we received. It was this man on it, and his presence, I was so intrigued with it. But once I read his story, I was like, oh, this man is dope. I love him. He dope. And he has put out plays. He started putting out plays, and he has multiple movies. He even have shows that are on BT. So if you don't know who I'm talking about by now, you living under a rock. It's Tyler Perry. Okay, it was Tyler Perry. This is when he was like in the beginning of his career thriving. And I was like, man, I moved by him. Now, at the time when I was in high school, my mother was in prison. I was living with my aunt, so I was a foster child, me and my youngest sister, my belated youngest sister. And I used to always look up to people that were inspirational. And he was one of the persons that I didn't know him personally, but just like knowing his story and seeing his work, it kept me motivated. So anyway, moving to Atlanta, my cousin that told me about coming here had sent me a text saying, hey, Tyler Perry opening up a studio. He gonna be hiring people. But I think it was more so like kind of like shade the way she did it. She's like, girl, you should apply. So who? Don't play with me. I tried to apply, and they was like, oh, we're not taking applications right now. It will be in the future, so be on the lookout. Cool. I started still doing my thing, networking with content creators, and then I became a content creator. And a couple of years ago, during the pandemic, when he had opened up his studios, I went. One of my oldest daughters, I have 3 of my kids are adults now. God is amazing. Okay, so she was with her then fiance. They're not together no more. And so I'm like, hey, y'all want to go to the Tyler Perry studios? Because we was near. They was like, yeah. So we had limited access. Okay, we couldn't get full access, but just being at the entrance of his studio was an amazing experience for me. And so me being a content creator, I decided to pick up my camera and I started recording just the experience. And as I'm there, I'm seeing truck drivers come in making deliveries. They're black, they're speaking like, hey, it was just beautiful. I believe I saw Tyler Perry wave. I'm going crazy. So that video went viral, and I'm just like, wow. Also, I live in the same community as him. So when he was getting his house built, when he first started getting his house built, my oldest kids that are adults now, they were in middle school. And it was across the street from the middle school. And so I just remember like people saying like, oh, Tyler Perry was in the community, he would be out. I had moved away during that time for about almost 2 years. I went to Chicago because my dad is from there. And I came back, and when I came back to the same area, Tyler Perry had paid for people's Christmas layaways, and I was gonna get me one, and I didn't get one. I was like, no, I would just buy it in cash. I wish I would have did it, because my layaway would have been paid by Tyler Perry. So anyway, I'm like, wow, this is close. And the people were like, oh, I seen him at this place, I seen him at that place, and I'm just like, wow, okay, let me be able to meet him. I don't want to just meet him by association, like, oh, hi, I'm a fan. No, I want to meet him like, can you give me an opportunity, okay, to work for you, to be a actress, or just for me to be able to share my story with him, because I know he could relate, would be amazing. So I'm back in the same area, and I pass his house, his mansion every day. So I am a big believer in speaking things into existence. I know the power of the tongue holds a lot. I don't believe in people be saying like manifestation. I don't know if that's associated with the Bible. I used to say that all the time, but I feel like that is taking away the power that God has. I believe in blessings, and I believe in speaking things into existence. And so I'm speaking into existence, baby, that I will meet him. It is not just gonna be a meet and greet. Hi. No, I'm trying to work. Okay, I'm trying to change some things in my life. I'm currently a truck driver right now, and I don't want to do this forever. I'm definitely going to be retiring soon. I am about to start doing some things that are different, but driving past his mansion this morning made me think about that, and I was just like, wow, that's amazing. So anyway, I hope this helps somebody today. But if you believe it, you speak it, it can happen. God is amazing. Amen.